so jealous and triggered by my awesomeness. It's fucking awesome. Oh, you see that chi ball I just formed? Look out. Fuck the trolls. Bang, let's start the fucking show, eh?
You're going to jail.
I will never leave YouTube.
I don't give a fuck about the fucking law. I'll beat your ass.
Don't come to my channel again. You will be banned.
I'll beat your ass.
You officially entered the wet panty zone.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome. Welcome once again, my friends. The Big 5-0, we made it. It looks like my mic is clipping. I'm going to pull it back a little bit. We made it, folks. We made it. 50 episodes. We've had some bumps along the way. But tonight is a very special night. And nothing less than the best for everybody who's joined me. Tonight we have solid gold, my friends. There has been a vast outpouring of lulls this week. In fact, I'm not even going to waste time. I'm going to get right into a drink. We got butthurt. We got tears. We got shoutouts. We got epic meltdown rage. Oh. We got victimhood. Let's have a little sip. I do believe that's going down even a little bit better than usual, folks. There we go. So the Big 5-0, folks, what do we got tonight? Oh, we got some stuff. We're going to have a little segment I like to call 50 Shades of Shanny. That's when you can actually watch Shanny shift through different personalities, the different gradients of Shanny. And apparently she's a black woman. So we're going to check that out. And then Rev, who, you know, it seems to be the return of all the fucking people who said they're not making videos anymore. You know, you got Emo, he went on vacation. Now he has a rant channel, by the way, which is great. But we'll get to him in a second. But poor Rev has taken yet another step towards his goal of becoming Lisa Loeb. Apparently he's dyed his hair, but that's besides the point. He said he's done. He's not making anymore. He's packing it in, and he's made 8 videos since. One got really bizarre in the middle. I mean, even for him. I mean, anybody who's been around has seen the bizarreness, but anyways, we'll check that out as well. We got Corky back. He's butthurt. It's good to see he's doing something productive. So we'll check that out as well. And yes, as a few of you have known, and some people have reached out to me, and I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. But Emo made a live hangout tonight, and he got quite upset. It lasted 13 minutes, and he took it down. Folks, do we have a copy? Have we secured a copy of that? Of course. Are we going to review it? Yeah, of course. And this, I have to say, is probably the hardest I've seen Emo rage ever. He actually throws a framed picture across the room. You're going to want to stick around for that. And of course, we have the video of Von Helton, which I know a lot of you have seen, but a lot of people haven't yet, where Von Helton basically makes the case that his mom is a piece of shit and has done nothing for him. So we'll be reviewing that together. Let me just go. I know the chat is a little delayed. I'm just checking it out as it's catching up here on the YouTube side. Thank you everyone for joining me. You know the usual drill, folks. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Please thumbs up. And I'm not giving up on Rev. I know the joke is kind of like beating a dead horse at this point. The Rev Chicken Run. Maybe we'll have to name it something else. I'm thinking about possibly including Corky, because I think Corky needs to be thrown in a closet with a fucking hooker. I'm just throwing that out, but we'll get into that. But folks, this is where the rubber hits the road. This is where the party gets started. This is by request. This guy, I'm actually surprised quite a few people have been requesting this guy. They're just aching for a little freestyle, I guess. I went back in the vault. I think you'll appreciate this one because not only does he freestyle, but he freestyles while doing the splits. Folks, like I said, only the best. And the best is yet to come. Let me just make sure you'll hear the jets going through. That's just Von Helton trying to get me. I just want to make sure I got the volume open. Folks, thanks for joining me. Let's check it out.
Yeah, Mountains Backyard Boogie. You feel me? We call this right here Split Boogie. Check it, homie. Yeah, just do my thing in the dark side. Yeah, I know what I'm saying? Everything is feeling right. It's all fucking guy. It's all fucking good in the motherfucking hood. Hope y'all fucking understood. Hope y'all fucking did. No joke on what I motherfucking said. Anybody talks to mouths, it's real that I will bust up they fucking lid. They gonna get busted like a mustard. Like a gust did, like a gap. That's a fact to be exact. If they don't treat me right, they gonna motherfucking die. Things in this game ain't gonna be fucking kind. It ain't gonna be cute. That's the fucking truth. Thought y'all fucking knew. It's real that they will get schooled like a teacher. If they fuck with the fool, that's creature. That's crazy, baby. If they act shady, things in this game ain't gonna be gazy. It ain't gonna be good. Hope y'all fucking understood. That's the fucking truth. Thought y'all fucking knew. I'm straight from San Ho. Something y'all need to know. Throwing up from my fucking hood. Hope y'all fucking understood on what I motherfucking sued. On what I motherfucking said. Y'all should get it through your motherfucking head. All them suckers need to learn how to get a grip. Something. I ain't fronting on nothing. They needs to fucking learn. If they a stupid ass fucking jerk on this motherfucking earth, things in this game is gonna be berserk. Things in this game is gonna be berserky. If they hella jerk on this earthly, yes indeed, something y'all needs to fucking believe. Hope y'all are my speech while I motherfucking speak, while I bring this motherfucking heat like fire. Hope y'all heard this rider. Anybody runs the mouse, they gonna be in a choir. They gonna get shot like Heiser. They gonna get knocked out like Rocky Balbizer. Y'all know what I'm saying? I ain't fucking playing. They gonna be in a Kaizen. They gonna be in a cage in every way. Y'all should know the motherfucking case. I keep it so fucking trace, so fucking true. Thought y'all fucking knew. All them suckers need to fucking stay cool like a fan Z. Before they gonna get popped like a glam Z, like a Glock. Y'all should know what's up. If they do me wrong, it's gonna be on like power. If they a stupid ass coward, I'm being realer. If they soft like flowers, I'm all about my Mauser, all about my Grouser, all about my Denouser, all about my De Niro. I'm being sincere, yo. Hope I made it clear or something y'all needs to motherfucking know. While I fucking spit, hope y'all got the hint on what I motherfucking said. Anybody talks their mouths, I'm gonna hit them in the motherfucking lid. So motherfucking quick. If they a stupid ass fucking trick, and I'm being correct, they gonna fucking get checked in this fucking world. Something y'all needs to motherfucking know. While I be spitting, and I ain't bullshitting, while I do the splitsin' and be ripping the fucking mic. No fucking lie. Suckers running mouths, they gonna fucking die if they cross my fucking line. It's something I ain't fronting on nothing. They don't wanna fucking cross. Yeah, I know what I'm saying. Though they gonna get socked if they a stupid ass fucking lock. That this is me wrong. It's gonna be on like a bid, no fib on what I motherfucking said. You don't want none if they a chump that's so fucking dumb. Yeah,
Boom.
homie, we call that right there Split Boogie. Yeah, I know what I'm saying, Mac 10's Backyard Boogie. You know what I'm saying? Bringing a new style for y'all. West Coast and East Soho on my jip.
That is legit, folks. I have no idea what he said. If we can get a translator, some open diction on that, we'll get that out to the people. But folks, by request, Crazy Locks. And I got another shout out I forgot to do in the opening, actually. That clip of Cobra was from Fat Photog. I see him out there in the chat. Someone maybe can throw out a link for his channel. He does great little short one-off kind of videos. And if you're not subscribed, I highly recommend because they're hilarious. And they should be getting a lot more views, in my opinion. So I didn't ask to use it. Fuck you. Flag me. Whatever. But anyways, check out his channel. I think they're funny anyways. He makes great videos. So, moving right along. Oh, Shanny. Oh, Shanny. Yes, there's been lots going on. I get it. And I could be covering other things. But I was sifting through some Shanny. I don't really actually watch her that much. In the middle of one of her videos, and I mean, anybody that's watched Shanny's not a stranger to this. She's done it before. I just think it's interesting that someone that, is trying to fight this reputation of being a bald-faced racist would slip into being a black woman out of the blue. But what's really interesting, there's several phases. Like I said, it's a gradient. It's the 50 Shades of Shanny, I like to call it. And you can actually watch personalities. And I don't really know if it's personality so much. I'm not a psychoanalyst. I'm just saying it's fucked up. She goes from being a black woman to a southern evangelical, kind of back to Shanny, and then back into a black woman, if I remember. It's a really interesting phenomena, and I'm glad that we caught this on video because it's just fucked up. But let's check it out.
We need to move on with our lives, ladies. We don't need to be digging on some scrub of a man that hasn't even moved on with his life. He's still at the same shitty job, wearing the same fucking shitty clothes, with the same shitty fucking glasses that he had on from when I dumped him, or when he dumped me. I dump him now. You broken up with... I break up with you. Oh, like my heart broken completely of it. In the name of Jesus Christ, break any chain or bond that I ever had to Christopher John Dornbush. Thank you very much. Break the chains, my Lord Jesus. Amen. Hallelujah. Let it be sealed on heaven and in earth. I don't care anymore. Do you get that? Stop bringing that stupid nonsense up to me. I don't care. My past is about as dead as my old fucking personality. Dead. Hey, Shanny. Thank you, Island Girl. Like, we don't need this anymore. Exactly. Rev was my come up. That's right. I got a man who's better looking, who's got the long hair I wanted instead of fucking cutting it off all the time.
Back in the black mode. We're back in the black speech.
Who can eat fucking pussy? Who can fuck right? Who can fuck longer than 1 minute? You know? I am getting better at that.
Oh my god.
Someone who kisses good. Someone who has money. Is
successful. Bingo. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, successful at getting an inheritance.
Who pleases me in any way he can find to please me. I got that. I scored. Goal. You're trying to bring yourself up me and be like, Shannon's evil because she had this emotional affair because we talked to each other on the internet. So I decided to be a big baby and cheat on her with my best friend and rape her. So to teach her about those emotional affairs. Okay, player, you can be that for the rest of your life. You can go have it on your conscience. You can go have it on your conscience.
And now we're back into Shanny number 37.
I don't care. I'm moving on with my life. Go be evil. You go seek out Jesus Christ and you go tell him all those little shitty fucking excuses and see what he has to fucking say. You go to Jesus. You have a problem with me? Go to Jesus. Don't go to me. Go to Jesus. Go talk to your problems to Jesus. Don't try to come to me and come weasel your way back from the past. Fuck you. Hey.
What? She's blanking out.
Like, you trying to prove that you ain't abusive toward me by fucking going to my haters and abusing me and talking shit about me? Is that how you prove that you're innocent? By hating on me? Okay. Go ahead and do it, player. Go ahead and do it. But you know what? This girl is moving on with her life. Whoop, 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 whoop. And you know what? Hit that subscribe bell, okay? Hit that subscribe bell for the sister. And hit that like button. I really would appreciate that. Because I'm tired of the bullshit. You see this? This is driving me crazy right here. This, I'm pretty sure, is caused by lack of Dr. Pepper. I had a serious diet change, and I'm breaking out.
Yeah, it wouldn't be from like drinking vats of Dr. Pepper and literally troughs of fried food. And I think it's hilarious how she's talking that she's changed her diet and she's not drinking Dr. Pepper as she's guzzling a Mountain Dew. So it's all about healthy life choices, folks.
And it's conveniently in a triangle, Illuminati confirmed. Yeah. From stress, I'm not stressed. I'm chill. I'm chill as cucumber.
Oh my goodness.
We need to move on.
Yeah, so again, just a little segment, a little slice to show you just some of the shades, the 50 shades of Shanny. Let's move on, folks, because I want to move to this video that Rev, again, somebody who said he wasn't making videos anymore because she bullied him into not making videos anymore, has made since 8 videos. So apparently, as long as they're Shanny approved, it's okay. He's back on the internet. It's just not allowed to stream and take any attention away from her. But he has dyed his hair. I'm just warning you. It is day glow. So the first part of the video is kind of boring, actually. I mean, they're on this kick with, because Chris went on the Geek Room and yada, yada, yada. I'm sure most of you know all that. So let's just skip ahead to the good part. I'm going to skip to it just before the 10-minute mark of the video because that's when he really starts slipping into crazy town.
It's Reverend Individual. Can you
I just want to say the Lisa Loeb is coming in nicely.
believe this?
So we're going to jump up here.
It's this semi-animated and I don't even know.
Right about here. We're just going to let it go.
Wherever Chris got interviewed, there. He admitted she was pretty much a great wife. Cooked, cleaned, made the house what it's supposed to be. Individuals. Happy housemaker. And not only that, working too. Dolly Parton, 9 to 5. So there you go. The Lord Jesus said to me that there would be a time of vindication. It's in the back of my Bible, and the notes are insane in there. But there was a 5-day period, folks, where Shanny was demonically taken away from me. But it's all in God's plan. I got some amazing stuff from the Lord in those 5 days download. And I have to tell the people. I can tell you that it involves Donald Trump in a space suit. Elon Musk gets some kind of deal. Emergency, Will Robinson. It's time to get the president to safety. And he ends up in space. I don't know what that's about. But the Lord told me that. And then I saw this crazy video. It's this semi-animated and semi-live action thing where nukes fall. Donald Trump gets in a spacecraft, goes to Mars. What is this shit? And then it's all reptilians that are ruling everything. Did I just hear that right? Yeah, they told you everything already. But it's so sensationalized, you're never going to believe that that's what they're actually going to do. You'll never believe that. Are you kidding me? You have this fucking alien being that looks like your regular gray, and his eyes are up here. Oh, yes, we'll get the humans. Yeah. It's fucking hilarious, okay? But there's something to be said about it, because that is very close, I think, to their script that they're going to play out in reality. You're going to have either an asteroid, which, holy fuck, guys, have you seen about the asteroids? We're in a season of crazy asteroid activity.
Well, just all I got to say is thank goodness that Shanny is there to protect his sanity, folks. You are looking at a broken man. I know he's always been crazy, but this is a broken... Look at this guy. You cannot tell me the R is still on the wall. It's a crazy town there, folks. We're at $27. We got 434 days left to save them. Like I said, I'm thinking about throwing Corky in there too. I'm just saying. Look at that. It speaks for itself.
The Pope's saying some crazy shit. Well, he always does. But he's saying that civil union should be a thing, and that the homosexuals should get some rights with straight people, and I agree with that, so whatever. The Pope is the Pope, whatever. Anyway, Vatican's going to burn, though, I'm telling you that, and that's going to happen very soon, I think. If that asteroid comes, it's going to have a target reticule right around the Vatican. Boom. It's good, and then the Catholics are going to lose their shit, because I don't know what they'll do if that building's gone. I think that building means a lot to Catholics, and it is a beautiful building, but it's evil as fuck. Look at Jonathan Kleck's shit. It's the head of a fucking snake, folks, okay? It's not good. The Vatican is not good. Catholics are not bad, but the Vatican is fucking evil. Period. Anyway, back to the story. Chris, man, you fucked it, okay? You know that expression, Chris? You screwed the pooch? That's what happened with this. Because what I think happened, and you could tell me or Shanny or whoever privately or publicly if I'm right about this, but I believe that you believed haters. I believe that you believed trolls over your own wife who would have told you the truth. Which, if you came up to her and said, hey, Shannon, what the fuck? I've been thinking about something, man. Like, is there something going on with you and fucking Rev? Or you wouldn't call me Rev, you'd say Jason. Is there something going on with you and Jason, man? Just tell me, man. Why didn't you fucking do that with her? Because I guarantee you have these fucking freaks out there that put this stuff in your head because they knew stuff that did happen. Just like conversations that me and Shanny had. You were there for all the conversations. And you know that's true. So, dude, I would Shanny said, you wiped your content. Like, your videos, all of them are gone. Whatever. That's fine. But there's questions that really need answering. And this would be healthy. You have seen Shanny's reaction, I'm sure, to how she feels about you, which is basically...
And I do agree, by the way. The hair color is a cry for help, folks. Don't listen. If you don't think for a second that Shanny's standing at the fucking... She's darkening the door frame, watching this whole production go down. Okay? The signs are all there. Rev, watch how he blinks. He might be sending us messages, folks. Anybody good at Morse code? Some shorthand Morse code? We can go back and trace the blinks.
Man, your glasses are looking rough, Chris. I mean, we got some money. We can help you. Do you want me to buy some glasses? And how about the shoes? Are you wearing the same shoes, Chris? I'll buy you some shoes, too. And I can tell you 100% factual, this is not putting a good face on stuff, that when Shanny first came to me, she was fucking damaged, bad. But I'm going to tell you that malice never existed in that girl's heart at all. And she really was like Jesus. She took a totally unjust, just crazy thing that this guy did, and
he's looking at her.
Role of Satan like a mason.
Notice he keeps looking. Look at him. He's getting approval. You can hear her moving around. She's shifting. You can hear the shifting. Run, Rev, run.
You know, like Trump flipping the Bible upside down. Chris is like a satanic fucking asshole. With one day, he's like on the phone with me and Philip saying, don't worry about Shanny. I know how to handle her. And she just needs me to take care of it. And I'll take care of it. And that's what he said to me and Phil. And, well, what happened after that. And we know. And I'm not going to talk about it because it's so hurtful. But Chris, you know, dude, you do get credit for not lying about Shanny. Because everybody has been lying about her, dude. But you were a man, which is cool to know. Because I really liked you, dude. I really thought you were one of the coolest guys on fucking YouTube, and I really enjoyed you. And when I heard about this, it ripped my fucking soul out. Because I loved both you and Shanny. Okay? Apparently you never liked me, and that's what Shanny says, and that's fine. A lot of people didn't like me because I talked about stuff that people don't like to hear about, and that's fine. I handle that. Metatron has to write the script for Yahweh. Yahweh gives the fucking word. Metatron writes that shit and goes, that's the way it's going to be, and seals it with Yahweh's seal, Yodhe Vavhe, right at the top of the fucking document. And it's over. It just happens then, because that's the way the council of the archangels and that shit works. Which someday you guys will understand, but it's not for me even to fully understand being the avatared being of fucking Metatron.
An avatared. He's an avatared, folks. Now listen, I don't want to start a whole debate here, but I do believe there's a difference between religious and just being fucking crazy. Like, am I wrong here? Can we just qualify this as fucking crazy? Can we be adults and just say that?
I can't tell you more than that. Okay. Other than that,
he identifies as an archangel, folks.
You are created. This is what I can tell you as an archangel. Number one, you are created. By whom? By the Almighty I am that spoke to Moses in the burning bush, which his name is Yod-He Vav-He, Yahweh, the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, the Father part of the Trinity, Yeshua in the flesh. His avatar meat suit was known as Yeshua ben Yosef. That would have been his official name, because he was not a bastard. Joseph took him as his son, as an earthly son. He's as an adoptive father, but it's all legal. He's not a bastard. Joseph was his father. So his name was Yeshua ben Yosef.
I think it's hilarious. You can actually hear the floorboard shifting in the other room as Shanny fucking lurks her way to the door frame, right? Like
that's what everyone...
It sounds like a moose trying to fucking be graceful through a swamp or some shit.
Would have known him as.
The old swamp Mao.
Back in ancient Israel. God, that's a nice ass. Anyway, we're focusing on holiness. So that's the story. You fucked up and you know it. And I'm very glad that you basically acknowledged that by endorsing Shanny as a human being. So good job. You get credit. But yeah, peace, Maranatha, all that shit. You guys are crazy. The trolls are the fucking worst people on the planet. They really are. The people that harass people like Brett Keane. I'm going to add these names that I wouldn't have known if it wasn't for Shanny. But people like Chantal Marie and Amber Lynn Reed Chantal Marie is Foodie Beauty. All of these people, Nick Ocado, they are harassers and they are out of their mind. And at very least, I believe the government should restrict their internet access. Because they're actually affecting people's real life.
It's funny that these guys that are all conspiracy, Alex Jones, anti-government dudes, the first thing they do is they cry that they want the government to step in and take care of the people that hurt their feelings. You know, Von Helton, a perfect example, right? Mr. Uber conservative, small government. Obama is a fucking Muslim reptilian. But soon as COPA comes around, soon as SOPA comes around, soon as whatever he thinks is going to benefit him. It's still funny how Von Helton ran when he thought that Google was going to start going for pedophiles. Don't you all find that kind of weird? He makes a video outraged when he figures out that they're going to go for people that would be exploiting and abusing kids' information, and then all of a sudden he hightails it from YouTube and just quits. Interesting. Folks, we're only going up from here. You know I always save the dessert for the end, so please stick around. Now I know that you're aching for a little rage, because let's admit it, we're suckers, we're gluttons for the rage. We like everybody. I brought this up before. In every little corner of this little internet that we have, everybody has their own niche. We all do our own thing, but there's always a little spin, a certain je ne sais quoi that kind of draws certain... There's overlap, but you know, everybody likes their thing. Over here, it's safe to say, let's admit it, let's take a deep breath and just say it, we like the rage. Do you want some fucking grade A rage, folks? Let's get into it. Let's get... By the way, and I'll announce this, I'll try to remember at the end. Next week, we're going to try to do we're going to have some fun with it. We're going to do our Halloween / happy birthday Von Helton, because the 24th, is Von Helton's birthday. So I got a few special things up my sleeve. We're going to have some fun next week with that. But folks, you want it? Here's your red meat, you fuckers. But the best is yet to come.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever the case may be, in your part of the world. And I am Emo Hallenwolf. I just got done watching a few videos by Big D. Yeah, Big D, guess what? You know what? I'm not sorry I took your channel down. You deserved to have your channel down, because you're a fucking thief, you steal people's content, and you're a fucking piece of shit. I just saw your video that was a response to my 1500 video. And I'm going to state for the record right now, I did not do anything nefarious to my subs. I have always stated that I believe the trolls bought subscriptions. I believe my fans bought subscriptions, but I never bought subscriptions on my channel. You fucking faggot. You low-life fucking piece of shit. And then you say my channel deserves to be taken down? You're an imbecile. If I ever knew where you were, I'd take this hand and I'd punch you in the fucking face. Do you understand me, Big D?
I just want to, at this point, a disclaimer that the opinions expressed in this video are not held by the streamer. This is used within fair use. I'd like to throw that out there. Folks, he gets mad in this one. This is good rage. This is good rage, but trust me, tonight, I wouldn't leave you hanging. I'm not a day tripper. I'm not going to get you halfway there. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Beatles said. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get you half the way there. The rage that I have in store for a little bit later of emo surpasses this. This is just the warm-up, folks. Listen, if you're not an experienced lulz milker, I've always warned of the lulz madness. Tonight, it's like the Mardi Gras of lulz. We're letting it loose. I take no responsibility. You're here from this point on in this stream. You are here of your own accord. Be responsible. You know, don't lulz and drive. I'm assuming the kids are in bed. You're home. You're in for the evening. This is like edibles times 10. Like I said, this is a precursor to the rage. Anyways, let's move ahead.
Don't accuse me of The channel owner doesn't have to do it. You guys can do it. And I believe you guys have been doing it. Don't tell me I'm fucking buying shit when I'm not buying fucking shit.
Justin. It's fucking 5 o'clock in the fucking morning. You're gonna have the police over here.
You're a fucking imbecile, Big D. You're a fucking imbecile today. You're a fucking imbecile tomorrow.
I love how he just completely ignores his husband, Mike, who walks. That's classic. Mike walks in and is like, shut the fuck up, man. It's 5 in the morning. Emo, not giving a fuck. Not giving one fuck.
You're way out of line looking at your social blade and your fucking data and all that fucking shit. You're way out of fucking line. Do I believe that was being done? Yes. But I believe it was done by other people in the community, not me. I believe it was done by the haters and trolls, and not me. In reality, I probably only have half the subscriptions that I have. But don't say I purchased something that I did not. Because you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking loser and a fucking imbecile. And I'm so glad I took your channel out. I hope someday I can do it again. You low-life fucking piece of shit. You're a low-life fucking scumbag. Don't tell me I bought something that I didn't buy. You fucking imbecile. You fucking lowlife. And my channel doesn't deserve to be taken down because I've heard just as vile shit on the Drama Dome. I've heard just as vile shit on 10th Man's. I've heard just as vile shit on Golden Eyes' fucking channel. So don't say my channel is the worst on YouTube and needs to be taken down. You're a fucking imbecile, Big D. You're a fucking imbecile. And I only wish I knew where the fuck you are because I'd take this fucking hand and I'd give it to you. Now kiss my fucking ass.
That's all there is to say about that, folks. Folks, I hope that wet your whistle. Because like I said, this is tip of the iceberg stuff. We're gonna get to it. We got the best is yet. I keep saying that. I'm a hype man. What can I say? But really, honestly, the best is that's nothing. That's the warm up to the rage we're gonna watch in a few minutes here now. But first, and don't you dare go anywhere. First, we have to give a little shout out. I got a couple shout outs in the next few videos here. Couple videos that were coming up, sorry, and I'm very flattered. So I can only return the sentiment by doing a little bit of a review. So Corky is back, aka Nick Bravo, and his first big video that he puts up, you know, it's good to see him doing something productive, but it's basically him crying about his quote atheist gatekeepers. And of course, they're the reason why he fails at everything in life. And he mentions yours truly. So, let's have a watch.
So, because the atheists have spoken, and they have said that I don't have the right to be on YouTube or make videos or do anything like that, because, well, for several reasons. Number one, because...
Well, and this is like a usual Corky video. This is a common theme. Like, I'm not aware of any atheist, enclave or fucking organization or group that is telling him that he does not have the right to make YouTube videos. I mean, the fact that you fail at making YouTube videos and nobody actually wants to pay for your content, I mean, that's on you. But I don't think anyone has actually stripped Corky of his rights. You know, let's have a little fun here, because I don't want to be all night on this guy. let's see what Corky sounds like sped up a little bit. I think that's what we're gonna do here.
Number 2, because the way my voice sounds. Number 3, because all the other people on YouTube and other social media sites are all really, really, really good looking, comparatively. But also that all of these people are doing very important work and have value. They're valuable people, all of them. And it's the job of the anonymous atheists on YouTube to keep the unimportant people out, to be basically the gatekeepers. They are self-appointed, they are anonymous, they are supposedly seemingly all-powerful because, well, whatever. Anyway. So, but yeah, I'm just not going to be making any more videos. What I am going to be doing is just, deciding that because I have nothing to offer society, I might as well not interact with society. But, I still need to eat and sleep and live in a building, whether it's an apartment or a house or whatever. So, just a second, I gotta get my food on. Oh yeah, that's good, baby. So, basically, because, and my atheist gatekeepers have also said that, I'm not allowed to actually have any kind of career because,
No, nobody has said that you cannot have a career, but, making YouTube videos that get like 100 views is not a fucking career. It's been suggested. And listen, dude, it's your life. You do whatever the fuck you want. But I mean, if you're going to make videos crying about it, get a fucking job. I mean, that's all that's really been said, But of course, it's everybody's fault but Nick Bravo's.
Presence alone hurts people, so I will just sequester myself from society, and I will spend my day now enjoying some fancy cookies that I bought with taxpayer money, food stamps and all that good shit. Because, supposedly.
And yes, he pretty much sounds the same sped up. It's kind of freaky. But
I'm a horrible person for buying cookies. Because, people who are poor, they're only supposed to eat bread and water, especially if they're disabled and unable to work. At least, according to my trolls, who I'm sure... Well, I'm sorry, I don't mean trolls. I mean the atheist gatekeepers. The atheist gatekeepers who have declared that I have nothing to offer society. But here's something I'm really confused about. Really, really, really confused about. I'm just not smart enough to understand this. Why, if I'm so utterly worthless and so utterly pathetic, why is an employer supposed to see me as valuable in any way whatsoever? I don't get it. I just don't understand it whatsoever. But, maybe that's, part of me being, disabled.
Well, disabled doesn't equal pathetic. I just want to say that. But pathetic people and disabled people both can find gainful employment. I'm just saying.
Retarded or crazy or whatever, because,
Wait a minute, hasn't Corky been telling everybody that he's like enlisted in some social worker program? Now he's going to try to blame COVID, but I mean, I'm pretty sure it was an online course he was taking, or supposedly. And he did have a job pushing a broom apparently before. But he was set up for being a racist, by being caught on camera being a racist.
My atheist gatekeeper.
He's also been exiled from a town. I just want to throw that out there too.
They just know everything about everything. And I have to wonder though. Hey, also, here's another question. If I'm so weak and helpless and miserable and worthless, and my atheist gatekeepers are so wise and wonderful and powerful and all-knowing, why are they so focused on me instead of being out there in the world publicly? I mean, shouldn't they be getting accolades for like shutting me down and being a gatekeeper? Because I mean, it's like if a superhero, which apparently my atheist gatekeepers are superheroes apparently in their minds, just like Von Helton is a sorcerer supreme or whatever the hell. You know,
And sadly, Von Helton has seen more pussy than Corky. I'm just going to throw that out there. He's not disabled? Oh, my friend, I would actually argue that. You see, he suffers from a very similar affliction as Von Helton. You see, he's too heavy for light work. Too light for heavy work. He's in an awful spot.
I think that they would want to make it public and say, hey, look what we did. We're the atheist gatekeepers, and we've destroyed this threat to humanity, this threat to society. But no, they do it in secret. Well, why would they be doing it in secret if they're not doing anything wrong? I mean, if they're doing something good by being gatekeepers, shouldn't they, like, be... What about it? I mean, there's nothing I can do against them. I mean, I can talk trash and I can get mad, but it's like I'm complete. I mean, it's not even a fair fight. It's just, it's like a tank rolling over an anthill. It's just no contest. But, you know, the atheist gatekeepers are really loving it and enjoying it, so, you know, is that what they do in their off time? I don't know, you know, maybe they're big names in some field, and they're just, you know, in their off time, they're, you know, when they're working, you know, they're winning Nobel Prizes, and they're writing books, and they're giving lectures, and they've got, man, I should have some water. What should I have with my cookies? I think I might have some alcohol with my cookies. Also taxpayer offended, because, you know. But here, I have another question. I'm just so full of questions today, because my atheist gatekeepers are so much smarter than me. So, you know, why is it that other people are allowed to make money online, but I'm not allowed to? Why? I want to know.
Well, again, this is some fictitious plot that he's dreamed up, because obviously it can't be Nick Bravo, folks. It can't be the fact that he's failed at everything that he's tried to accomplish in life. It must be some outside source, aka the internet trolls. Sound familiar? This is a very familiar pattern. I'm sure if anybody's been around for any amount of time on the internet, you have met one or two people like this. Von Helton.
And, you know, I know their argument will be, well, you know, provide value. So, you know, I'm supposed to work for free. I'm supposed to be a slave. I'm supposed to subsist on bread and water. I'm supposed to work myself to death in the salt mines. I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to work in salt mines. I'd rather make money online doing videos or...
See, there it is. First of all, no one said he has he's equating having just a regular job. I mean, this guy could work from home on a voice over IP. You know, like doing, you know, taking KFC fucking orders for all that it really matters. On his own schedule, right? There's options out there for this fucking guy. But he's trying to equate just working a regular 9 to 5 and being self-sufficient to, like, you know, being a slave in a salt mine. And he says it right there. I would rather make money online from making videos. Right? Well, I'd rather get paid for fucking jerking off, but guess what? It's not going to fucking happen. So, like, here's a reality. You've been trying to do this for over a decade, Corky. Nobody's going to pay for your fucking shitty ramblings. You don't even have a direction. Right? Like, just pick a direct. If you want to be a lulz cow and wear the fucking pirate hat and get drunk, that's your shtick. If you want to be some kind of intellectual, you know, and be recognized, I'm telling you, the definition of insanity, right, is trying the same thing, expecting different results. Like, you're beating this dead horse. But that's not what this is about, folks. This is just a victim party. He has no intention of ever actually changing or trying to accomplish shit. Right? This is just, you know, I'm going to make a victim video because that's what I feed off of. That's all this really is. But anyways, I digress. I'm not here to psychoanalyze. We might skip ahead, too, because this is just kind of on and on.
Or maybe I should just start stealing some houses again.
Ooh, there it
I
is.
have to steal another house.
There we are.
I know there's this house in Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah, he's a felon, by the way.
I would definitely like to steal. I think I could steal that one. I'm not sure how. There's ways. But, anyway. You know, so, but I kind of wonder why I'm not allowed to make money, you know. I mean, my atheist gatekeepers keep screaming that they want me off the dole. They're just like, you need to stop living off the government. Okay, well then let me make money in something I'm good at. Oh, but you're just not good at anything. Okay, well then shouldn't you have compassion for such a miserable failure of a human being? No, because then, because being an atheist, especially an atheist gatekeeper on YouTube, is all about enjoying the one life you have to live and, having a legacy. And what better legacy than destroying someone's life? I mean, because I know I've got trolls and haters, and I'm sorry, I mean atheist gatekeepers. We need to be politically correct. We need to be woke. We need to be woke as fuck. So when my atheist gatekeepers, when they make videos of me and then they eventually die off because they're morbidly obese, or they have diabetes, or they have cancer, or old age, or something, their legacy can be, hey,
Here it comes.
He made videos of Nick Bravo because, Nick is supposedly such a threat. So that's why another thing I don't understand.
Very similar to Von Helton, isn't it? A very similar narrative that he's drawing for us here. And he's talking about fat people, so that means that there's going to be a shout out coming soon.
Yeah, I'm just so confused. I don't understand why. If I'm such a threat to society, and why is it that the atheist gatekeepers are the only ones who focus on me? I mean, shouldn't the mainstream media be talking about me, saying the evil villain Nick Bravo, the monster, was just some stories about that, but no. So somehow magically, and don't worry, atheist gatekeepers are allowed to use magic and talk about magic and discuss magic and have magical powers. Ooh, we're getting all kinds of esoteric in here. Man, these cookies are gonna taste so good. So the atheist gatekeepers, it's just like they've said that I'm, on one hand, I'm so worthless and horrible and evil that I'm incompetent and can't do anything on my own, can never succeed at anything. But I'm magically, this is atheist magic, right? This is the most powerful kind of magic, is atheist magic. That I need to have this ragtag group of atheist gatekeepers shutting me down at every twist and turn, so that no one knows me, that I can't interact with society.
Yeah, that's why you can't interact with society, folks.
Again, let's go back to, if these atheist gatekeepers, if their lives are so successful, if their lives are so joyous, if they have wives and children and nice cars or boats or nice houses, why would they spend time on the internet messing with me? I guess it's just a public service on their part. There's their heart. They have such hearts for the people. They have such big hearts for the people. Well, again, why go after me? Aren't there bigger criminals than me? Supposedly I'm a criminal according to them. Right?
No. No, and let's get this clear. He's a criminal according to the fucking law. The problem is he rejects the law. Why? Because he was found to be a criminal. You see how that circle works, folks? No, you are an actual documented felon. In fact, I believe, last I talked to you, there's still a bench warrant out for you. Just saying.
Shouldn't they be focused on, all kinds of supposedly bad people? They're just focused on this little corner of the internet, tormenting people who don't really have much going for in society. And it's not even. It's interesting because I saw on a video where there were comments. I guess one of their targets got his kids back. And I'm just thinking, and this is just my uneducated opinion.
Oh, here we go.
Legal opinion, right?
Now, keep in mind, even though I think Corky is within the same sphere of Von Helton, I still don't place him as so blatantly unself-aware, right? He's definitely throwing out shit as triggers. It's just that nobody really cares about his opinion, right? But that's what he's really doing here, because he does know better, right? The stuff that's going to come out of his mouth. Just keep in mind, these are triggers, folks.
Maybe some prosecutors and judges looked at all the involvement that the atheist gatekeepers had with this guy and said, well, you know, these people are targeting him.
Okay, the law doesn't work like that. First of all, this notion that people try to put out there that like the judge. Okay, if you're convicted of murder and a bunch of people have YouTube videos hurting your feelings, the judge is not going to void out the murder. Okay, the fact that the state brought charges 11 times against Von Helton, the judge would not give a shit about how many YouTube videos are out there of people harassing Von Helton about being a shitty father. That has absolutely no bearing on whether Von Helton is guilty or not, right? I know we all know this. I'm just saying it because we're on the record here. And Corky knows it too.
So we really don't know what's true and not true. You know.
Well, we do know what's true.
You know,
because there's witnesses. There's, actual court documented testimony and video and photo evidence. I mean, no one is disputing that there was a rotten melon on the floor and the kids were writing on the fucking walls. Like, that's not disputed. I mean, it's out there.
of course, you got slimy people in that guy's life who, rather than actually helping the guy, and family should help each other, but that's not the world we live in. Unless you're Hunter Biden and Joe Biden, people like that, high-powered.
His mom has provided his whole life for him. Again, Corky knows all this. He doesn't like Von Helton for all these reasons, right? But this just shows, even though, again, this is just him trying to throw out triggers, it just shows how these yahoos on the internet, integrity means nothing to them, right? It's the same thing we see with the enablers, the Will Kincaids, the fucking, all the people that that enable Von Helton throughout the years. But then when they have a fight with Von Helton, all the scales are removed from their eyes and they can see all the evils that he does. Well, they see it the whole time. Anybody that's been hanging out with Von Helton for the last decade acts surprised that he's an online sexual predator. They act surprised that he's a neglectful parent. It's just full of shit, right? Because, it's visible. It's actually demonstrable. It's not an argument. He does not meet the bare minimum. But that is a story for another time, folks.
Connected people, they do all kinds of shit for family, but not the lower classes, apparently. Because, the lower classes, a lot of them, not all, a lot of them, have such hatred for their own miserable lives that they're going to make everybody else's life miserable. And that makes me think, well, don't these atheist gatekeepers have amazing lives? Don't they have great lives? But that begs the question, if so, why are they focused on me? I'm a nobody. But, atheist gatekeepers, well, we know just because, the label atheist, we know that atheists know everything about everything, and they magically know the secret inner workings of the universe and everyone's mind, and, they're just, you say atheist, and everybody just, it's just like if you're on a plane and somebody starts dying of a heart attack, and the first thing somebody says is there a doctor in the house, and if there are no doctors, what's the next thing they say? Is there an atheist in the house? Because an atheist can, magically just,
Hey, what's up, Baby Jane? Thanks for joining the party. Yeah, this is mostly just him playing victim. I'm just going to let it play for a few more minutes. And again, if you're just joining the party, folks, I saved the best for last. We got epic Meltdown Rage coming up. Exclusive, in a sense. I'll explain when we get there. Let's listen to Corky continue to play victim here. His low T micro penis fucking is a result of online atheists, apparently.
They just know everything, and it's so accessible. You ask an atheist, how do I do heart surgery, or how do I, fix an oil rig, or how do I, whatever. An atheist can tell you. An atheist can solve all the world's problems. But then why don't they? My atheist gatekeepers, they're supposedly so all-knowing that, they're supposedly all-knowing, but yet they're not out there saving lives. they're not out there, being doctors or lawyers or IT people. They're basically, they're just kind of hanging around on the internet all day. And I mean, I'm sure that none of my atheist gatekeepers are just, fat, morbidly obese people. Secular opinion.
There it is.
Others, work at a shitty job and then come home and when it's
This was brought up to me. Yeah, I work a shitty job and come. He doesn't even know what I do for a living, right? It just, I guess it's horrible to be, somewhat I mean, I do okay, right? I'm on a single income, but I mean, I am fortunate enough to be able to support myself on a single income, right? And apparently that's a problem to him. Now, keep in mind, folks, not knowing this person, I went out of my way, not once but twice in the afternoon, to give him a platform to tell the world his side, to expose himself to a slightly larger audience, to make a good impression, to really honestly give it a go. I went out of my way to accommodate his schedule. I then did it a second time, and folks, I don't know if you realize, at least in my perspective, how significant that actual live stream was, because you got to realize this is a guy that had been interacting with these people for almost 15 years in some cases, he says, on the internet, and that was the first time they actually sat down and heard each other's voice. Well, they hear Corky's voice, but he actually got to interact with them for hours, and I facilitated that for him. Now, he's mad at me because it was brought up that he's a misogynist and Annabelle tore him a new asshole. He's mad at me because while Dragnaut was in, I happened to bring up, that Corky believes that black people have low IQs and yada yada yada, and we might have watched that video, but those were his words, not my words, right? All I did was play his words. The point is, I went out of my way to give this guy a platform. And Corky, if you're out there, you're always welcome back on. We can do something again. But he returns the favor by making a video, if I remember correctly, saying he's going to bash the back of my head in with a 2x4. And I think it's funny, these guys always go to, like, I'm a 400-pound fucking... I don't know even what the fuck they think. Like, I mean, it's it's fucking stupid. And unlike Corky, again, I have known the touch of a woman. So, I mean... Anyways... He's going to go on about me working my shitty job and leading a shitty life, not depending on government assistance.
Take their frustration out on someone because they can't deal with their own pain. I'm sure that doesn't describe any atheist gatekeeper in any way, shape, or form, because, all atheist gatekeepers are just, they're just golden beings from on high. But it's just maybe the atheist gatekeepers would, have the, maybe they would stoop down low enough so my hearing impaired little body could actually hear their wise and profound words. And they can tell me, why they focus on me. They can answer some of my questions because, and maybe, just maybe they would give me permission to make money online because according to them I need their permission because, again, atheist gatekeepers, I'm sure they're all having great lives and, they're not just, sick, old, basement-dwelling hobbits, with vitriol oozing out of every pore. I'm sure they're not. I'm sure that none of my atheist gatekeepers. I'm sure none of the atheist gatekeepers are, living anything but their best lives. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if I ever found out who my atheist gatekeepers were. It wouldn't surprise me if they are high-powered heads of state or captains of industry or, who knows, what high levels of economic power they could possess. Because after all, you tell anyone you're an atheist, you go in for a job, you don't even have to, you just have to write one sentence on a paper to get hired. You just say, I'm an atheist, and it's like, you're hired. Because again, atheists know everything. They know everything about everything and about everyone. I mean, an atheist can, look at somebody for, 10 seconds and know everything about that person's external life and internal life, and they can just, know the intentions and desires of that person within 10 seconds of meeting them, because atheism is a magical power. It's magic. Silly me, who's not that smart, I look up the definition of atheist, and it says somebody who thinks that there is no God. So I'm sitting there saying, well, atheism says there is no God, and on everything else in the universe, it has nothing to say. But not according to the atheist gatekeepers. Because the atheist gatekeepers, all you gotta do is decide you're an atheist, and magically you know everything. Now, some might be asking, well, Nick, why aren't you an atheist? Why don't you just declare yourself an atheist, and then you'll know everything? You'll declare yourself an atheist. You'll go to bed at night, and when you're asleep, you'll get some magical download. Because we're all just a bunch of NPCs who get down. Just like if you're born in America, you know how to be an American. If you're born in China, you know how to be Chinese. It's magic. Well, I don't know. I guess that makes me retarded, not wanting to be an atheist. But the atheist gatekeepers will tell you, it's like when you're an atheist, you don't have to learn anything because everything is downloaded. You just magically get it. You magically get it because it's a download. And you say, well, wait a minute, Nick. What if somebody's, Indian, and they're in their mother's womb, and...
All right, I'm going to let him finish this thought, and then we're going to skip ahead here, folks, because it's really from this point out, it's just babbling. It's just more victim playing. So we'll let him finish this point. Nick, we're going to give you the last word. Impress us here.
They move to, Saudi Arabia, or Italy, or America, or Canada. When does the download happen? I don't know. You'd have to ask the atheist gatekeepers. They're the ones who know everything about everything. Because, atheist gatekeepers are above it all, and they know everything. European shortbread cookies and lichens.
All right, he's distracted by something shiny. I think this is a good time to advance ahead, folks. Thank you once again for joining me. If you're just tuning in, you're tuning in to probably some of the most intense lulls and rage that you are going to witness, and for a long time possibly. I have to give the disclaimer, because I know there's some new people. You may not be able to handle this. If you haven't already, depending on your time zone, put the kids to bed. Hide the car keys. I don't want anyone to OD on the lulls, because from now on, it just gets fucking crazy. We played just a sampling of some very grade A emo rage earlier. We played this Corky just to bring us down. Oh, we got something going on here. Oh, $1. Thank you very much. $28. We are close. Listen, folks, if we clear our goal, I am going to try my best to fit into the budget. We're going to get Corky a hooker as well. I just want to play an experiment, see if it evens them out. But folks, let's get back to the rage. This is what we're here for. You thirsty bastards. Thank you once again for joining me. And thank you very much for subscribing, and thumbs up the video, please. That's all I really ask.
Well.
Now, he starts off hot. This is hot, folks. Now, just a little bit of background here. Apparently, Gary Snowflake made a video, surprise, that pissed off Emo. Emo, this live stream lasted 13 minutes, and as far as I know, he's put it on private. Now, it's out there. I'm just saying, it's out there. If you want access for yourself, you may want to join the Trolls, Haters, Naysayers on MeWe or Discord. The links are below. So we're going to have a little sampling of it. Let's just... This is hot, folks. This is probably the hottest rage I've seen Emo since I've been watching Emo, at least. Pull off. This is... Let's just let it speak for itself.
Gary is lying again! We meet again, Gary! We meet again, you little faggot! We meet again, you little low-life faggot! And then everybody tells me Gary's videos are all in good fun. No! Not when they're destroying my reputation! They're not in good fun! Gary's last video with the old woman in a rocking chair is nothing but lies. Gary has always done nothing but lies. This is why my channel is destroyed, because of Gary lying. He's a goddamn cocksucking liar. He lies and lies and lies and lies. And all you fucking faggots, you think it's funny. You think it's fucking funny. It's not fucking funny. He's an asshole. He deserves death.
All right.
That whole ass video is a lie.
And just so you know, folks, stay tuned because it does get better than this. This is where it starts. This is our jumping point, okay? Emo does get on camera, and it does get fucking crazy. I'm just saying, objects get destroyed. That's, anyways. Take it away. There's some silence. Just gotta let his brain cool down for a minute.
90% of the auditors turned their back on me because they believe Gary and his faggot lies. Everything he just said in that video with the old lady and the fucking Henry and all that shit, I never took anybody for $5,000, you idiot! That's a bald-faced fucking lie! Gary knows it! Gary's a scumbag! I want Gary dead! Do you hear me? I want him dead! This is bullshit! He's destroyed my reputation for 11 fucking months now! And you guys think it's funny! I dare anybody to give me Gary's docs. I dare ya. You know what? Now that picture's gonna go off the wall. And I'm smashing it!
Don't worry, the long silence pays off. He's not to spoil it, what's actually happened is as he's throwing stuff around his apartment, he's actually hit the power box. And he's got to reset. He's going to explain that in a minute. We'll skip up a little bit.
Of course, when I threw Gary's picture.
Alright, let's play it from there. You got to see it all. I don't want you to miss it. Not a drop, folks. Not a drop. Not a drop.
Of course, when I threw Gary's picture, it just happened to hit the power pack in the back of the fucking computer and knock me off air. But you know what? This is what's going to Gary's picture. And you know what? This is what I think of it. That's what I think of Gary's picture. How do you like that now? Do you like it, Gary? You made another bald-faced lie about me! You made another bald-faced lie about me! You cocksucker! You know goddamn well that was a fucking lie! That was a fucking lie! You cunt!
Take note, folks. Take note. Listen. Did you catch that? Is that actually like a velvet, like a Santa fucking skirt, a Mrs. Claus? Just back that up a sec. Right there. Let's take... It's all gold, folks. What is this kind of fucking skirt he's wearing? He's got a big diaper on under there. Gotta drop a bomb. This is what I figure Gary Snowflake.
The war is back on, Gary. You did this, not me. The war is back on, you fucking faggot. The war is back on. You want to make a liar video saying that I stole money from an elderly woman? You want to make up lies, Gary, and then you call it it's all a good fun? This is not fun to destroy the reputation of somebody.
You want to get nuts?
Emo, what happened?
Fun. It's been making lies and lies and lies.
Emo, calm down. Talk to me, bro.
Yeah, Golden Eyes, do you like Gary? You think you're making a fucking fake video of me stabbing an elderly woman? It's funny. You don't think that's crossing the line?
What's going on now?
Bro, take a deep breath. Calm down.
Easy.
It's like it's fucking my fucking reputation since December.
Calm down.
Oh no, Gary! What a surprise! Gary Snowflake made an emo video, right? Oh my goodness! All I can think is that last video where Mike comes in and says it's 5 a.m. Imagine he's not even. He's like, nah, not even touching this. This is just fucking. This is too retarded for his fucking. Anyways.
Down.
Say again, I had it muted. What's going on now?
Something with Gary. What happened?
A live video about me stealing money from an elderly woman, where he knows the whole fucking video is a lie.
Okay. We talked about this. We talked about
That's
this.
not a good fun, Jen. That's crossing the fucking line.
I understand that, Emo. I understand that. But at the same time, Emo, we already talked about this over on the other
I
platform.
find out what Gary is. I'll take this fucking knife. I swear to God.
No. Emo, you know better.
That's right, Todd. He just needs some tuba. He just needs some tuba in his life. By the way, I saw that video he did of Shanny. If you haven't seen it, folks, go to Todd's. He's in the chat there. Go to his YouTube. He made a humorous Shanny video. Just plugging that. Yeah, I think Emo's a little upset. What do you guys think? I mean, I've said it before, but I swear I can smell his brain boiling in his skull right now.
That. You are better than everybody. You know that, brother. You know that.
This ain't like Gary.
How many people are gonna go out and believe that video now? Like he lied about the Texas pool, and everybody believed it.
Emo. Nobody's believing it. We just had a good stream earlier. Nobody believes what anybody's putting out.
Don't believe what anybody says. It's all a bunch of bullshit.
We gotta use one of these.
Hey.
No. Hey. Emo, no.
Emo.
Drop
That's
it
what
now.
the guy needs.
Emo, calm down. Take a breather. If you need to walk away for a little
He
bit.
knows 98% of that shit on this channel is a bull-freight lie, and he's got people believing it as fact.
Emo, nobody believes it, bud.
Nobody
You
believes
just heard the whole chat earlier.
He's trying to push your buttons. You know that.
Nobody believes it.
Jesus, I wish I would leave my fucking.
No, nobody gives a fuck if I have a stroke. None of you do.
I believe it. I just want to go on the record. I do believe that he's ripped off an elderly woman. At least at one point. I don't know about this particular instance, but I firmly do believe. It's just one of those things. I don't have evidence, but you know it. Right? Like, I know that his fucking room smells like fucking diarrhea and BO and fucking musky fucking black mold that's probably lurking behind the drywall. That's what I'm kind of thinking. But anyways.
Emo.
You want me to have a stroke on the air?
No.
Emo, stop.
No.
You're not
Nobody
saying
wants
that.
that.
You're not saying
Nobody
that.
wants-
I even unblocked the faggot, and he still makes videos!
Oh my fucking.
Now he gets put back on the ban list. Now you don't get to come on my panel. For the last week, it was a wide open invitation. Now your faggot ass will never be allowed on my fucking panel again.
Oh my god. Why?
Yeah, fuck Dregnut. Don't pick on
calm
G-Man.
down.
Don't pick on G-Man. And still go fuck yourself. I was willing to make a truce with Gary until he fucking made that video. Now it's over.
Okay. Well,
Now there'd be no fucking truce.
okay, listen. Once again, lady, die. Fuck up. Okay? Once again, you know, we already talked about this, and we were prepared for it, that Gary and everybody was going to run with it for a little bit.
Let them do whatever they want. We know.
You know what? I'm tired of the trolling, so guess what? I threatened to do this. Now I'm going to do it. We're going chatless from now on. That's it.
No.
I'm dealing with the fucking scumbags and chat. I'm shutting the fucking chat off, and we'll go chatless from now on. I don't care if that's my fucking channel or not. I'm tired of these low lives in the chat that support him making it live.
Calm down.
No, you don't keep labeling me a scammer and getting everybody to believe it, and I'm supposed to be okay with it. And I'm supposed to say, oh, it's all in good fun. No, it's not all in good fun. I'll never fucking accept it as good fun.
I wish death on Gary. Lord,
No,
lightning strike Gary down because Gary's a piece of shit. Do me a favor, Lord. Kill Gary, hallelujah. And quickie.
Ready, 3, 2, 1.
It helps if I wasn't muted. But yes, anyways, as I was saying, that's where the hangout kind of abruptly ends, and we are left hanging. We are left wondering where the conversation, what was said after the lights went out on emo. So, I mean, folks, that's pretty hard rage to beat. Now, we are to our main event. This is Von Helton's turn to plead his case before the people. His mom never did nothing for him. It was up to his daddy. He'd have those retirement homes. This one's actually up on Schneider Handyman's channel if you want to check it out. And actually, this one was linked to me by the Frosts. They're watching. They looking at you. Folks, thank you for joining me once again on this wacky ride through Weirdo Wonderland. Let's move forward.
The little red sign says we are live, we are live, we are live. It is, so I got the little spinning blue thing there on the side, but we ignore that because I know I'm live. I got a little red sign. Don't you just love how people can get on the internet and claim to know more about your life than you do? Don't you love that shit? You know, they want to sit there and talk about narcissism. You want to talk about narcissism? Narcissism is getting on the internet claiming to know more about a person's personal life than they do. That is the textbook definition of narcissism. Right there, boy. Because when you think you know more about my life than I do, first of all, you're a narcissist, and second of all, you need to see a shrink. Bad. Real bad. Because you don't know shit about me. You don't know shit about me. You think you do, but you don't know shit. Alright, you don't know a damn thing about me. You can sit there and claim you do till the cows come home, but you don't know a damn thing about me. It's just like everybody getting around here on the internet claiming I'm a shitty father. Which, do shitty fathers produce A students? No. Do shitty fathers produce children that make murals on the wall telling them they love their daddy? No. Do shitty fathers produce children that love their daddy so much that they literally put a death grip around him when somebody comes around trying to take him away? No. No, shitty fathers don't produce children that do things like that. Good fathers produce children that do things like that. Good fathers. And like I said, folks, let's be clear. My children are going to turn 18. And when they turn 18, they're going to turn over state's evidence. You understand, you fucking Frost pieces of shits? Yeah,
probably against you, you piece of shit. And I love how he clings to those awards on the fucking... How could he be a shitty father if his kids got... Remember, folks, the time... Those have been up for years, right? So those awards are akin to, like, you know... Little Johnny tied his fucking... And when I was in, like, kindergarten and shit, they had this boot that you would practice, like, you know, tying the, you know, and you'd get a little fucking, I can't remember, probably a ribbon or a fucking something to go home for the parents to put on the fridge, you know. Very good, you know. Jerry didn't eat glue today, you know. But it's funny, the contrast, because how he flips a script, you know. He goes from his kids being award-winning you know, fucking college 4.0 Ivy League material to getting F's every day because they're pulled out of class for 10 minutes. Anyways, I'm talking too much. Let's just let the Warlock do the talking. Tits coming in nicely, Vaughn. Tits coming in. I gotta say, he's growing better tits than that beard. He's been trying that beard for years. But...
When my kids turn 18, they're going to testify against you. And when they fucking do, you all go to prison for the rest of your natural lives. Yeah, even you, Ronnie's mom. All of you motherfuckers are going to prison for what you did to Andrea, for what you did to my mother, and for what you've done to me. And that's a fact. And there's no getting around that fact. I don't care if I got to go all the way to Washington, D.C. to put you fuckers behind bars. That's where you're going. You are going to prison. Now, it's a shame that I can't get the fucking governor to respond to my emails. That's pretty fucking sad. So you know what I'm going to do, Frost? I'm going to the media with this shit. ABC, NBC, CBS, ITN, Deutsche Welle, whoever the fuck will listen. I'm going to the fucking major media. And maybe then I'll put a fire under the governor's ass and he'll come down here and put your ass behind bars where you fucking Frost belong. I love how the Frost got on YouTube, folks. What this is...
Yeah, right. Because NBC, all the news agencies that he doesn't believe, that he thinks is fake liberal fucking communist media, right? Again, the first one they run to, right? It's the same thing, you know, you can't trust NASA, never a straight answer. Here's photographs from NASA. Like, what? Oh, goodness. But you know what the story should be? And I'm not trying to instigate anything. I'm just throwing it out there. There was a site, a Manchester online bulletin board, that his obituary was posted on. And I think the headline should be, "Man found incapable of looking after senile mother awarded his children back for the 11th time." That's a story. I'd like to see the answers to that, how that works. But anyways, again, I digress.
All about. The Frost got on YouTube and claimed to know more about my fucking personal life than I do. That is the height of narcissism. The height of narcissism. To get on YouTube and claim to know more about my personal life than I do. Oh, guys, Alice Helton gave everything to James. Really? What'd you give me? What'd you give me? Name it. What'd you give me? She didn't give me shit. Give me a hard time. Not one time has my mother said, "I love you," without it being in a condescending tone. Not once. Not one fucking time. My dad did, though. My dad did. But Mom didn't. Not one time. But tell me, Frost, what did my mother give me? Besides a hard time. Yeah, she never gave me shit. In fact, someone put a bug in my mother's ear and convinced her that I wasn't giving her enough fucking rent on Stahlhaber and told her that I need to work 3 fucking jobs to pay her rent.
So this is what... Okay, there's going to be some history revised here as well, folks. But, I mean, what... He says, "What has my mother given me?" And then later actually argues and complains, that he was only given the single wide. And if it had been his daddy, I bet Von Helton's almost saying, yeah, but if his dad was alive, he'd still call him daddy and he'd open mouth kiss the motherfucker every time, I guarantee you. But, yeah, it's, fuck, I don't even know. I'm speechless.
And now today, my legs and feet are fucked up because I had to work 3 jobs a day.
Oh, that's why, yeah.
That's a fact. I got the leg.
It wouldn't be the steady diet of fucking Mountain Dew and doing nothing. See, he suffers from the same affliction as Corky, right? He's too light for heavy work, too heavy for light work. I even have video clips of him somewhere where he's saying, because of his royal bloodline, he's above menial labor, working 9 to 5. Pish posh.
And feet to prove it. 3 fucking jobs a day. I was literally so tired, I didn't even have time to change clothes. I would literally pass out on the couch. Oh, wait, I had to give back my couch because I had an agreement with my mother where I gave back my furniture and she paid off the student loans. Well, gee, who put a bug in her ear and told her not to keep that agreement? Me? Did I do that? Huh, Frost? Did I do that? Well, it was them evil Gentrys. The Gentrys didn't do shit, and you know it. The Gentrys had nothing to do with it, and neither did the Heltons. The Heltons didn't give a shit, and the Gentrys didn't care. That only leaves the Frosts. The Frosts have been manipulating a mother against her son for centuries, literally. I'm 56 years old, folks. I'm 56 years old. And the Frosts have been manipulating my mother against her son all that time. Literally all that time. Okay? That's the truth. That's the fucking truth. Alright? But I love how the Frosts will get on YouTube and claim to know more about my personal life than me. But please, enlighten me. What did my mother give me? That little black Mercury Lynx? No, I bought that myself. With my own money. Well, maybe she gave you a bunch of money. No, never give me a dime. Never helped me with shit. In fact...
Well, unless you count the money, the $30,000 you've siphoned out of her account, and if you count, the stuff that you got out of her manipulating her in her unmedicated state, I mean, what's that worth, right? What's that worth? What's rent worth? What's lawn maintenance worth? What's the fact that you've never had to get up and take any real responsibility? What is it worth that she is probably one of the sole factors in you ever getting your kids back? What's that worth to you? What about when she... And he'll talk about Hell Cell. He's going to revise that story too, but... Anyways.
In fact, she was going to leave me in that jail cell, even though I wasn't guilty of anything. She was actually going to leave me there.
And she probably should have left you there. And why were you there? Because you don't pay child support on a kid that you have, and she paid it for you.
And the bishops down the road had to fucking shame her into going and getting me out of that jail cell. And me not even guilty of nothing.
Well, you were guilty of not paying child support.
Who put a bug in her ear about that, Frost? Ed Bishop has more integrity in his fucking pinky than the entire group of Frosts have in their entire fucking bodies. Let's get that shit clear right now. And it was Ed Bishop who told me, said, if you're coming down here, make sure they damn well know you're a crack shot. And I said, yes, sir. And so I grabbed Tim Davis and I said, hey, Tim, let's target shoot a little bit there, buddy. I shot Tim Davidson under the fucking table. He couldn't believe it. He's like, holy shit, where'd you learn to shoot? I watched Westerns as a boy.
That's interesting. Now, he does bring up the military, but that's not where he goes to. Folks, he is a crack shot by simply watching Westerns. By simply watching actors pretending to be crack shots. He himself developed the innate ability to be a crack shot. That is nothing short of unbelievable.
That's all I watched. Gunsmoke, The Rifleman. What were some of the other ones? Lone Ranger. I used to watch Westerns. My daddy would sit me down as a boy and make me watch Westerns all fucking day. And so naturally I got to learn how to shoot from the hip. And I'm damn good at it. In fact, I'm a crack shot. The U.S. Army found that out when they put a grease gun in my hand and said, here you go, fire this damn thing. Nobody in my fucking squad could hit the broadside of a barn with a grease gun. Because you fire it down here. You don't fire it up here. It ain't got no sights. You fire it down here from the hip. Entire fucking squad couldn't hit shit with the motherfucker. I got marksman badge with it. I got the attention of the major of Fort Knox. I got his attention. He's like, how the fuck did you do that shit? I said, sir, I watched Westerns as a boy. I learned how to shoot from the hip as a boy. He's like, holy shit, I can't believe it. Come be my driver. I'm like, yes, sir. I was driving a major around. Because I'm a crack shot with a goddamn grease gun. Nobody else in the squad can hit shit. Facts. That's facts. It's not opinion.
See, with Von Helton, there's sometimes, well, I'll give it often, there's a kernel of truth. It just gets twisted in his comic book mentality, his concepts of reality, right? It gets warped over the years to where I honestly think some of the stories he believes actually at this point acted out this way, right? What I think is probably more likely is that they were at the range, Von Helton lost control of the gun and started spraying erratically. The major came over and said, what the hell, how the hell did you do that? I don't know, sir. I've never actually shot a gun in my life because I'm the type of guy who am an adult and still calls my dad daddy. And they said, you know what, instead of going to the range, you are on driver detail. You will not be around a grease gun for a very long time, my friend. We already have a guy peeling potatoes. You will be driving a Jeep. You will not be handling any kind of firearm in the near future. Please leave the Army.
That's not fucking secular opinion. A fucking Canadian. You shouldn't even have no business in American affairs. Right?
No business in American affairs, folks. Oh, my second shout out of the night. I wear it like a badge of honor. It's almost like he just watched the interviews, right? Like it's almost like he just clued in of what the hell's going on. Because now he's mad at me again. And I have no right to have an opinion on American affairs. Folks, I think we are on the cusp of an international incident here. The King of Canada is being challenged by the Duke of fucking Dirty Neck Creek, Kentucky.
Canada. Bonsai, fuck yeah. My mama ever cooked pizza rolls? My mama never cooked me nothing.
I'm going to back it up a bit. I'm just going to bask in that for a second.
You fire it down here from the hip. Entire fucking squad couldn't hit shit with the motherfucker. I got marksman badge with it. I got the attention of the major of Fort Knox. I got his attention. He's like, how the fuck did you do that shit? I said, sir, I watched Westerns as a boy. I learned how to shoot from the hip as a boy. He's like, holy shit, I can't believe it. Come be my driver. I'm like, yes, sir. I was driving a major around. Because I'm a crack shot with a goddamn grease gun. Nobody else in the squad can hit shit. Facts. That's facts. That's not opinion. That's not fucking secular opinion. A fucking Canadian who shouldn't even have no business in American affairs. Right, Canada? Bonsai, fuck yeah. My mama ever cooked pizza rolls? My mama never cooked me nothing. My mama never cooked me nothing. She treated me and Dad like shit because the Frosts were manipulating her behind the scenes and we were too stupid to realize it. Let's get one thing clear right now. Aside from...
Is that true, chat? We got like 76 live viewers and we got like 34 thumbs up. Come on, folks. Folks, if tonight, if no other night, am I not giving you the gold? Just I'm whoring myself out for the thumbs up here, folks. Help me out. Help a brother out.
Ed Bishop having more integrity than all 6 Frosts combined. Let's get one thing clear right now. If Mom had died and my daddy had lived, would things be going the way they're going right now? No. No. Because the Frosts wouldn't have been able to manipulate my father like they have my mother. Do you really think my father would have kicked Andrew off this property if Jim Frost had come waltzing through the door telling him to do it? Fuck no. He would have told Jim Frost, you get the fuck out of my house. That's my son's wife. You don't say that about my son's wife. You get the fuck out of my house. That's what my daddy would have said. Now ask me what Mom said. Ask me what my mother said. Oh, Jim, I love you so much. I'll call her right now. I'll call the sheriff right now. My daddy would have told him, get the fuck out of the house. You ain't kicking my son's wife off the property. Get the fuck out of my house and don't ever come back. That's what my dad would have said. And let's be clear about something else, too. If my daddy was here and my mom was gone, would my daddy be living in that double wide? No. Me and Andrea and them kids would be in that double wide, and he would have took the single wide, because that's how my daddy was. That's the kind of man he was. He was a good man. He might have been a Mason. He might have been a Knights Templar, a high-ranking Mason, but he was still a good man. He was just corrupted by evil there on the last little bit, I think. But he was still a good man at heart. Thank the gods for that. But let's be clear about this shit. All right? Let's be abundantly clear. My mother never gave me a damn thing except a hard time. It was my daddy who would tell me he loved me. It was my daddy who tried to help me. And Mom fighting him tooth and nail every fucking opportunity. Because the fucking Frosts were manipulating my mother against her own husband and against her own son. From day fucking one! From day fucking one! Let's get that clear. Right fucking now. Let's get that clear right fucking now. Oh, and the Frosts are manipulating my mother even to this very day. Because they paid a judge to give all of Mom's money to fucking Larry Frost. Facts. Not opinion. Facts. Who's got my mama's SSI money right now? Me? No. Larry fucking Frost has it. Who's got my inheritance money right now? Me? No, Jim Frost. I ain't got a dime of my inheritance money. It all went to Jim Frost because he went in Mom's house and stole it out of her goddamn closet. And let's put another fine point on this. Would Dad have left the money in the fucking house for Jim to steal it? Fuck no. He'd have took that money and put it in the damn bank. And Jim Frost, by the way, wouldn't have been able to have went to Dad's bank account and clean it out like he did Mom's either. Right? Yeah, because Dad wouldn't have none of that shit. And let's be clear about something else. The first time CPS come out here and harassed Andrea, my daddy would have been right there in court suing the fuck out of CPS that fucking day. This shit wouldn't have lasted no 10 goddamn years because my dad would have went to court on Andrea's behalf as my wife and would have sued the fuck out of CPS, and this shit would have never went beyond the first fucking year. Guaranteed. Because that's how Dad was. So the Frost can get on YouTube and say whatever the flying fuck they want, but I can tell you right now, they don't know shit. Except what they've been able to manipulate my mother into doing.
I know we live in a hyper PC society these days, folks. And I'm not a hyper PC person. I'm just going to say it. If any motherfucker deserves a slap in the mouth for talking shit about a mother. And listen, hey, I'm not Team Alice. I mean, just remember, she raised this, right? They have more similarities than differences. But the fact of the matter is, this guy has been sucking up. I mean, I've said it before. He's got two teats going. He's got the government teat and he's got his ma's teat. And he's fucking biting. He's fucking clamped on. Right? And just to talk shit out of the blue about a woman who's basically paying your way. And the whole thing is he's fighting for what she has so he can continue to live. Like, he really is a piece of shit. Like, I mean, there's just, I mean, anyways.
Folks, can you imagine your entire life having student loans hanging over your head like a sword of Damocles? Can you imagine? Can you imagine being financially bankrupt to where you can't do shit because you found out 6 years later that a bunch of student loans hadn't gotten paid and now it had blossomed into fucking $60,000 goddamn dollars that you didn't have the money for? Imagine, folks, imagine being financially ruined by James motherfucking Frost, who's been manipulating my mother against me from day fucking one. Day one. So please enlighten me. What did my mother give me again? She didn't give me shit, except a hard time. And like I said, she's going to leave me in that fucking jail cell, and me, an innocent man, she's going to leave me in that jail cell, and the bishops had to actually shame her into going and getting my ass out of that goddamn jail cell. And me, totally innocent. Totally innocent. Who did that? Who manipulated my mother into that shit? Oh, the fucking Frosts. The Frosts that are on YouTube saying they know more about my personal life than I do. Fuck you, Frosts. You don't know shit. Except what you've been able to get out of my mother. What you've been able to manipulate out of my mother. And let's not forget, folks, there's a rumor going around that Jeff Frost, Jim Frost's boy, is practicing black magic. Let's get that shit out there right now. That's a rumor, admittedly, but it's out there. All right? So let's get that shit out there. Good Christian boys, right?
Dun, dun,
good Christian
dun.
boys. Let me say it again. Ed Bishop had more integrity in his fucking little finger than the entire fucking Frosts have in their whole fucking bodies.
I want to know more about this jar that Von Helton has buried in his yard. Some curse he's put against the Frost. Oh, but Von doesn't do that because he's a white witch. He's a friendly witch. Except for when he, put a mass curse, a hex on the trolls in Shanny. Fortunately, I reversed that quickly. I counterspelled it with a little trick that Spellbinder taught me. But again, that's a story for another time.
Let's get that shit out of the way. Right there, right now. Yes, bonsai. I mean, seriously, man. What the fuck? Getting on YouTube, claiming to know more about my personal life than I do. And me with bum legs and feet. Because I had to work 3 goddamn jobs. Because my mother wanted her fucking rent. And now because of it, I can't hardly walk.
You're right, Baby Jane. This for those who have a decadent palate, and by decadent I don't mean like a decadent chocolate cake. I mean in the true meaning of the word. If you look it up, a degradation of morality, right? Like I could say that, or a degradation in any sense. So I could say, for example, that Von Helton comes from a decadent line of Kentucky hill folk. That doesn't mean decadent like they all wear tuxedos and eat fucking hors d'oeuvres before dinner. That means that they're fucking... He's a chimp monkey. He's fucking from a holler, right? But... I'm just going to let Vaughn speak. So I'm sorry, folks. I keep breaking this up. I think I have great thoughts, but I think we all know the fucking story here. Yeah.
Fuck you, Frost. You're the cause of my legs. You're the cause of me being in financial ruin. And the gods will repay. Trust me on that shit. The gods will repay. Because if they don't, then I use my magic and I repay. And you...
Oh, so there he is. He's threatening with his magic, right? He's a white witch. But now he's threatening them with magic. Again, I think I told you guys the story before, but this often, it reminds me of this kid I went to school with. And he was a little slow, and once in a while he'd get picked on. And he had this, like in the 80s, he had the calculator watch, the black one, and he'd always call for Airwolf. He'd say, Airwolf, Airwolf. And he'd like expect Airwolf to come screaming over the tree line, and I don't know, I guess fucking kill kids with missiles or something. I'm not clear.
You don't want me going offensive. Trust me. Trust me, you don't. I've been very, very patient up to now. Very patient. But my patience is wearing thin. Because every time I see you, Frost, get on YouTube and fucking lie, it makes me that much closer to just say, fuck it, and go in scorched earth on you fucks. But I'm a man of great restraint. I am. I'm a man of great restraint.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I'm biding my time because God said they got this shit. And I believe it. So we're going to see how things...
Oh, I forget. I remember what my point was. I was addressing Baby Jane. Yeah, this, you can see we have a lot of video to go, and it sounds like it's still sped up, actually. And but this is good. I mean, it's repetitive. I mean, that's Von Helton. But there's still a lot of gold in this. I mean, there's... as far as what I was trying to say is if you already have an acquired palate for Von Helton, this is going to give you everything you want in a Von Helton video. I mean, how many times has he pounded the desk? I mean, that alone. I mean, folks, come on, thumbs up the video, folks. Yeah, I'm crying.
Let's go. I'm arguing with my own damn gods because the gods showed me Larry winning the court case before it ever happened. And I'm like, wait a minute, you guys are going to let this fucker win? Are you serious? We're letting him win so that he won't win, is what they said. Now, that's cryptic as fuck, even for me. And I'm like, okay. We're letting him win so that he won't win. My interpretation of that, which is probably wrong, but my interpretation of that is that they're going to let him win a battle, but he's going to lose the war, basically is what they're saying. That's my interpretation. And I could be wrong on that, by the way, but that's my interpretation of what they said. We're going to let him win so that he doesn't win. So Larry's got Mom's money right now, but it's going to end up biting him in the ass, basically. And who's got my inheritance money again? James Arnold motherfucking Frost has got my inheritance money, spending it like water. Spending it like water. I got to live on that money after Mom's gone. How am I going to live on it if he's fucking spending it like water? Hello? Hello? Is this fucking microphone on? How am I going to live on my inheritance money if Jim Frost is spending it? Oh, wait, you can't. You can't. Because it won't be there. Wow, what a concept that is. Joe Campbell pulls up in the driveway with a brand new minivan. Brand spanking new. I'm like, Joe, where'd you get that from? I got it from Jim. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, here comes the grand conspiracy, how everyone's getting paid off. Thumper across the room. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. It gets good here, folks. It starts getting... We start to vault... Anyways, I'm just going to let him do the talking.
Okay. Thumper across the road gets brand new fucking farm equipment out of the blue, out of nowhere. Wow, how'd that happen? How'd that happen?
So, as I think he kind of puts it out here, but if you're a little confused, I believe Thumper is a neighbor who's also the principal of his, or two of his children go, I believe. And he believes the Frosts have paid off the principal to get his kids taken away, which was also the Troll's fault. And it gets kind of convoluted from there. But I'll let him explain.
There's thousands of dollars worth of brand new farm equipment. How the hell did that happen? Amazing shit. Amazing how this shit happens. But it's all just coincidental, right, guys? Right, guys? It's just all coincidence. What a load of shit. What a load of shit, man. Oh yeah, he's gonna take the big dirt nap. Fuck yeah, he is. They done told me that shit in advance. I've been knowing this shit for a year. I had Ray Tilton, Larry Frost, and Joe Campbell sitting at Mom's table, Mom's dining room table. And I'm sitting at the other end, and I looked at all three of them motherfuckers, and I told them what the gods told me. Said they're going to kill his fucking ass because he will not relent. He will not give the shit back. He won't give back the guns. He won't give back the lawn equipment. He won't give back the money. He won't give back the sister property, which he conned mom out of. I mean, it was a con. Okay, it was a con. It was a total con. All right, so the God said he had to give all that shit back. And he had to give up power of attorney, and he had to leave the state of Kentucky, and that if he'd done those things, the gods would spare him. Because I asked him, I said, is there anything he can do to spare his life? And they said, that's what he's got to do to spare his life. And I told Larry, I told Joe Cable, and I told Ray Tilton. So they all three knew about this prophecy that was given to me by the gods well before it even occurred. Long before anything happened to Jim Frost. They've known this for years. Because I told them. I set them down at the table. Told them all. They've known this for years that this was going to happen. Okay, so get it on the internet and say, oh my God, it's so tragic. What happened to Jim Frost? No, it ain't. They knew years in advance. Because I told them. They knew years in advance. I told them. I told them what the gods told me. They're going to kill his ass because he won't relent. When you steal a thing and the gods find out, they're going to expect you to give it back. Well, Jim Frost never gave it back. Sucks to be him. And I can tell you right now, if his boys don't give me my money back, the gods are going to go after them too. But yeah, man, I love the fucking narcissism of the Frosts getting on YouTube, claiming to know more about my personal life than I do. What a bunch of fucking sick motherfuckers.
Yeah, you just saw that, folks. He actually just spit. Another trait that he shares with Corky, by the way. I'm assuming there's a spit bucket. Maybe the floor. We don't know. And it is interesting. People have brought it up. We've always seen his door closed, and you can tell once again. Now, this time you only see a corner of it, but something is actually barricading. So it would lead you to believe that the children are in the other part of the house where they can't have access to the washroom, I'd like to point out. But others have also pointed out that, now listen, I'm not one of these people because I don't put my life on camera. And if he's not putting his life on camera, maybe he's following a court order of some sort. I don't know. I mean, it's complete speculation I'm pulling out of my ass right now. But maybe he's just been told, right? Like, you better keep him off camera. But it's unlike Von Helton. He'd think he would have put them on camera. I mean, this is a man who shoved his children on camera to testify against family members, right? I don't know. It's interesting. Not that I want to see his kids on camera. I think if they're there and he's not, it's a good thing, but it's still fucking weird that he's barricading the door behind him. I think I don't know.
They need to all go see a shrink. Them some people need to go see a shrink. If somebody gets on the internet and claims to know more about my personal life than I do. But let's be clear, my mom never gave me shit. It was my dad that gave me stuff. It was my dad that helped me. My mom never helped me with the shit because she had the frost in her fucking ear. Oh, don't you help that boy. 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 Every fucking minute of every fucking day. And like I said, I've got the name of the fucking hater from Alabama that started all that shit about Andrea being a mental patient. I've got her name, address, and phone number. It's in that drawer right fucking there. More bullshit and lies.
That is very astute. I want to point that out, that I do actually concur that I think that brown jacket with the dark chocolate brown buttons, I do believe that is the wedding jacket, folks. The unholy union of James Paul Von Helton and Andrea Locke. That's the jacket.
More bullshit and lies. And let's be clear, when it comes to Pamela Sue, my first wife, was Mom influential in that? Oh, hell yes. With Yvonne, how did that happen? Oh, you haven't heard about this part. This is a good part. The Frosts manipulated my mother into selling the family business to a man in Columbus, fucking Ohio, that had absolutely no experience in fucking nursing homes. Oh, Von, surely you're kidding. Surely you're making that shit up. No, I'm not. The Frosts manipulated my mother into selling the family business to a man in Columbus that had absolutely zero knowledge about nursing homes or how to run them. In fact, the man in Columbus actually had to hire an administrator to run the fucking nursing homes because he had no fucking clue. Now, why would a man in Columbus that has no clue about nursing homes suddenly want to buy nursing homes? Oh, because there was a manipulation going on there behind the scenes, wasn't there? Yeah. The Frosts didn't want me getting the family business, so they manipulated my mother into selling the family business to a man in Columbus, Ohio, who ran it into the ground, did he? Yeah. And so then Jim Gentry stepped in, and Jim Gentry stepped in and said, no, wait a minute. This has been in the family for years. You're not fucking this shit up. And so he stepped in and took over and fixed everything. Facts. Not opinion. Facts. See, Center Haven used to be Cecil Gentry's. Long time ago. And that's when Jim Gentry says, oh, fuck this shit. This is not going to fly with me. And he stepped in. Like I said, the Gentrys have never fucked me. The Heltons have never fucked me. Now, I don't know about these Heltons down here because all these Heltons down here are all criminals. But the Heltons in Ohio have never fucked me over. The Gentrys have never fucked me over. And the bishops, especially Ed Bishop, has never fucked me over. Not to my knowledge. Not once. The only family that's ever fucked me over has been the Frost family. Period. End of story. Period. That's fact. That's not my opinion. That's a fact. But you're like, Von, you can't be telling the truth. Yeah, I am. The Frost manipulated my mother into selling the family business to a man in Columbus, Ohio, and because they were afraid that I would get it. My first wife, Pamela Sue, thought I was going to get the family business. Everybody at Center Haven thought I was going to get the business. You should have seen the look on everybody's faces when Mom comes into the fucking room, calls an emergency meeting for everybody to drop their shit and come to the fucking Center Haven. And we all come to Center Haven and are sitting at the big table. They got this big, long table. We're all sitting at the big, long table. And Mom announces that she's selling all the fucking business to a man in Columbus. And everybody in that fucking room's like, well, now, wait a minute. Your son is busting his ass to learn this business to take it over after you retire. Nope, selling it to a man in Columbus. Well, where'd she get that from? Where did it come from? It come from the Frost. It come from the motherfucking Frost. The Frost have been manipulating my mother against her son for years. For years. For years. Long before we come down to Kentucky. And like I said, none of this is to be laid at the feet of Omer and Irene, because Omer and Irene were dead. All right? My daddy respected Omer. Him and Omer were good buds. Him and Omer would sit there and talk about little pocket knives all day long and shit. They loved that. They get off on that. That was their thing, And Omer had him a little fishing basket, tackle box that, he'd have all them little fold-up knives in, and they'd talk about them knives all day long. They loved it. So none of this is to be laid at the feet of Omer Frost, okay? He's only damn Frost that has integrity, okay? Let's put it that way. Omer and Irene are the only motherfuckers that had integrity. All right? Let's just be clear on that shit. But the Gentrys have never done shit to me. The Bishops have never done shit to me, as far as I know. And the Heltons in Ohio have never done anything to me. Okay? Let's just get that shit out of the way. All right? Let's get that shit out of the way. But yeah, man, Larry Frost, Joe Campbell, and Ray Tilton knew in advance, years in advance, that Jim Frost was going to be killed for not relenting, for not giving back all the shit he stole. They knew that years in advance, because I sat them down at Mom's table and told every fucking one of them. And if they get on the internet and deny it, they're fucking liars. Just like when I got a vision about my sister, the first thing I did was went out and tell a whole bunch of people. Okay? That's the first thing I did. It's like, hey man, I don't get a vision every day. Okay? I don't get a message from the Creator Gods every day. And so when I get one, I make sure I tell people, right? Because that's what you're supposed to do. I'm assuming that's what you do. When you get imparted with something like that, you got to tell somebody, which is what I've done. All right? So if they get on there and lie and say they didn't know about Jim Frost, going to die and shit, fuck, they didn't. They were told in advance. And all Jim Frost had to do was give back my inheritance money, give up the power of attorney, give back the Sester property that he got by illicit means, and leave the state of Kentucky. And if he did those things, they would have spared his life. They would have. It's true. That's what they told me. Because I asked them point blank.
All he had to do was a list of things, plus leave the state, leave his fucking life. Otherwise, you're punishable by death for crossing Von Helton.
What can he do to keep his life? That's what they told me. They said that's the only thing that'll keep his life. See, he didn't get. Apparently there was some kind of shenanigans going on with the Sester place as to the ownership and all that. Apparently he swindled the Sester place out of my mom. Apparently. But is that surprising? No. I mean, if a man will steal $2.5 million out of somebody's closet, he'll obviously swindle people out of their property. Okay, so now, yeah, let's be clear on that shit. But what a load of shit, man. What a load of shit. To get on the fucking internet claiming you know more about my personal life than I did. But let's be clear about Alice Helton. Alice Helton ain't never give me a damn thing except a hard time. She's never said I love you. And when she did say it, it was in a condescending tone. Every fucking time. There is one person that said I love you to me, and that was my daddy. When my daddy said I love you, he meant it. Because there was passion behind it, there was feeling behind it. When Mom said I love you, it literally was nothing. Because it was said in a condescending tone. You could hear the condescending tone when she would say it. But that's not how she acts when the Frost walk in the fucking door. Oh, honey, I love you. I love you so much. It's so good for you. Gee, I wonder why. And who was it that convinced my mom that I was a demon when I was born? Who did that shit? He's a demon. Look at them fangs that boy's got.
Wow. Here we go, folks.
You gotta get them fangs yanked out of his mouth there, Alice. Because he might be a demon. He might be a monster. You gotta get them fangs yanked out of his mouth. Takes me to the dentist, yanks all 4 fangs out of my mouth, squeezes the teeth together by force with braces, and then I get gingivitis and my fucking teeth go to shit.
Here we go, folks.
The fangs were anchoring the other teeth in place.
Right, so the dentist wouldn't know this. They would have just done it, if Von Helton's version of this story is even anywhere close to being correct, right? We would assume that the medical professionals that were administering the yanking of the fangs and the fucking braces would have advised against it, but apparently not. Von knows more. It wouldn't have been for the years of drinking Mountain Dew and not brushing his teeth. It wouldn't be the fact. I found it really interesting too, because if you remember at the end of Andrea being there, that's when she started. He denies it, but that's when she started losing her teeth. Remember, she was like always fucking holding ice or some fucking shit up to her fucking gums, and they're all turning black, and she was going seeing the dentist, and they had told her then that she had to get her teeth yanked. But, anyways, again, I digress.
And when the fangs were removed and squeezed together, it loosened up every tooth in my head. The gingivitis got in there and other shit got in there and fucked up my world. Not to mention the fluoride in the Ohio water was so strong that it actually had an odor. Let me say that again. The water in Ohio has so much fluoride in it, it actually has an odor. For real. Okay? Facts. Once again, facts. Nothing but facts. All right? Get the Carfax. We have an ad here in America called Carfax. Anyway, but yeah. But I love this shit. I love how the Frost will get on the fucking internet. Oh, his mommy did everything for him. His mommy did this for him, and his mommy did that for him. She didn't do shit for me. She didn't do shit for me. And if I hadn't been her son, do you think I'd even be here right fucking now? No way. The only reason I'm here is because I'm her son, and it's my duty to be her guardian. That's why I'm here. That's my job. I'm her son. No matter what evil she's done, she's still my mother, and I still have to take care of her. That's just the way things are. That's what you do as a son. Now, she's paying for all the evil she's done because she's lost everything. She's lost everything, and now these pills they've got her on is making her lose her memory, and she's losing that too.
What a great guy Vaughn is. You see, the reason that he's living there in her backyard for the last fucking 30-some years is not because he's a leech, it's because he's given up his life, essentially, right, to look after her and let him live there rent-free and let her pay people to mow the grass. You know, it's the little things like that. Like, the guy lives there for free. He can't actually jump on a riding lawn. Get her to invest in a riding lawnmower, right? I mean, or buy one. I mean, you sold your mom's fucking antique tractor while she was delusional, right? Let's not forget that. But no, he can't even do that. And then he's wondering where all the money is, right? Where's all my money? You've sucked it out of her. Dude, she's supporting 2 lives plus grandkids between her and the government. The 2 people that you rally against, or I shouldn't say people, the 2 entities. I mean, it's a good thing he doesn't have teeth, because talk about bite the hand that feeds you. Wow.
And that's punishment from the gods. Exactly. That's exactly what it fucking is. For leaving them student loans over me and for, fucking up not 1, but 2 marriages now. 2 marriages.
His student loans. Right? His student loans. So there's a theme here. He's basically mad at his mother for not taking care of his business throughout his life. His whole life. From the time they called him a demon. And did you notice, I wanted to point out too, not only did the story of the teeth change, but the story that he was born with teeth. Has anybody heard that he was born with fangs? He said when he was born, they thought he was a demon because he had fangs. And they had to go and yank the 4 fangs out and squish his teeth together with braces. When he was born. Von Helton was born with a full set of teeth. He knew every dinosaur and was reading Shakespeare at 5 years old. He learned to shoot perfectly, a crack shot, earning him merit in the military from simply watching westerns. This is the most interesting man that you never want to meet, or at least leave your children with.
Let that sink in for a minute. You got a group of people out there that have manipulated my mother into destroying 2 of my marriages, contributing to it. She didn't do all of it, but she contributed to it. That's pretty sick and twisted. And why are they doing this, Mom? Why are the Frosts doing this? I don't know. I think they didn't want Dad to marry Mom. I think it's what it was. They wanted her to marry someone else, and they all got butthurt when Dad married her instead, and so that started a bunch of shit. But let's be clear, Ed Bishop has more integrity in his fucking pinky than all the fucking Frosts combined, and that is the truth. It was Ed Bishop who talked to me when I first come down here. It was Ed Bishop who told me what was going on. It was Ed Bishop who set me straight. And that's a fact. That is a fact. All right, so let's be clear about that shit. And that's just the way it is, man. You know. Yeah, student loans are a scam. They are. That's true. Student loans are nothing but a scam. Let me tell you something, folks. Are my kids going to go to college? Fuck no. My kids are going to trade school. My kids are going to trade school. They're not going to college. College. Not only is college a scam, but college is also communist indoctrination. And I don't want my kids turning into fucking commies. You want to know why we almost put a socialist in the White House? Yeah, because the colleges and universities are all communist. Duh. When the kids come out of school, oh yeah, Karl Marx was a great guy, and communism ain't never really been tried. You know that, right? Yeah, what a lie. What a fucking lie. Every time communism has been tried in history, it either ended up in a brutal dictatorship or a brutal oligarchy. Every fucking time. Every fucking time it's been tried. And then you get these dunderheads out of college. Communism ain't really been tried in the world yet. Yes, it has, numerous times, and every time it failed. Every fucking time it failed. Why? Let me boil down communism for you into something that even a 2-year-old can understand. Communism is when you got $5 and you got 15 friends. That's communism. In a nutshell. You got $5 and you got 15 friends. And you ain't counted. Because that'd be 16. Alright? That's communism in a nutshell. You understand now? Communism is not financially viable. In other words. Okay, it's not. Never has been. Never has been. Folks, we found out later that Friedrich Joseph Engels and Karl Marx had syphilis of the brain. They were insane. Literally. They were literally insane. They had syphilis of the brain, folks. They were crazy people. And here's old Rothschild, Karl Marx's cousin. Hey, here you go, Karl. Go out and spread atheism, communism all over the world. Here's you a bunch of money. Karl Marx like, yes, sir. Goes out and spread atheism, communism all over the world. A failed ideology. A failed ideology back in the 1600s. But we're going to spread it all over the world anyway. Why? Because Rothschild wanted to control the world. How do you control the world? Get them to follow a failed ideology. And then when they fail, you got to come to them to get the money. What was it Lord Rothschild said? I care not who makes the laws as long as I control the fucking money. Yeah, that was Lord Rothschild said that shit. Look it up. Look it up. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. That's Lord Rothschild said that shit. I care not who makes the laws as long as I got the fucking money. Now I'm using modern lingo for that, but that's what he said. Okay? But that's the truth. That's the fucking truth. And I'm so sick of people getting on here fucking thinking they know more about my personal life than I do. What a load of horse shit that is. That is the textbook definition of narcissism right there, folks. And you got that secular opinion motherfucker up in Canada who thinks he's safe because he lives in Canada. Apparently he hasn't heard that Canada can extradite to the United States. He hasn't heard that yet. He hasn't heard about that shit yet.
Goes both ways, buddies. Goes both ways. And no, the reason I'm not scared is because you are a pathetic loser who's not going to do anything that involves actually leaving that trailer. Yeah.
And he thinks he's safe. When I go to Washington D.C. with this shit, this is going to explode.
To the Supreme Court, folks. Supreme Court.
And who has Ronnie Ray's mom been talking to? And Marcia been talking to? Oh, they've been talking to Baby Jane and Tiffany Moser. Well, gee, Bon, who's Tiffany Moser? Tiffany Moser is a known child predator on the internet. A known child predator on the internet. Also, she is a thug for Lenny Posner of Sandy Hook fame. You know, the guy that lied and said he had a kid die at Sandy Hook and then made millions of dollars off of it? Yeah, that Lenny Posner. So Tiffany Moser is a thug, a hired thug for Lenny Posner. And Ronnie Ray's mom and Marcia are in tight with her. They're also in tight with Baby Jane. Now who?
So what's that say? Oh, and Baby Jane, here's your shout out. Didn't mean to cut it. It's like cutting a guitar solo. I shouldn't have done that. Let's give Baby Jane a shout out here too.
What the fuck is Baby Jane? Baby Jane is Mrs. Anonymous Dick, the woman of the man who tried to accuse me of pedophilia.
No, the couple that actually caught you willing to accept pictures of what you thought were a naked 13-year-old. That's who they are. I'm just throwing that out there to correct the record. Since we're on the record here, folks, on the interwebs court.
Because I was going to go after his buddy Glenn's room, who really was a pedophile, and call the authorities on his ass.
No. Again, that's a revision that he's done. The Glen Room incident that he's referring to, which has already been thoroughly debunked. And listen, I'm not a fan of Glen's Room. I think the guy is a weirdo. But the first of all, the incident with Glen's Room that he tries to cite as some kind of part of this fucking conspiracy to set him up as a pedo. First of all, there is no benefit to setting up Von Helton to hide Glen's Room from being a pedo. Two, the incident that he refers to that involves Glen's Room happened after Von Helton was caught trying to download pictures of a naked 13-year-old. Just setting the record straight on that. And basically the episode with Glen's Room, as I remember it was two young girls who told him they were like 21 and showed ID or something. And then it turned out they were underage. So the two girls got in trouble by Blog TV, and they were put on the underage version of Blog TV, and Glenn's room wasn't punished. But Von Helton says that the whole Kelly incident was for some reason. Now, Baby Jane, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not aware that Mr. Anonymous Dick was in tight with Glenn's room, and that he actually had a time machine and knew that Glenn's room was going to host and flirt with two girls who claimed they were 21 but turned out to be underage, and simply got removed from the adult version of Blog TV. I didn't know that there was this complex time traveling plot to actually preemptively set up Von Helton, control his mind using black magic, obviously, and to get him logged in chat, for the record, willing to accept pictures of a naked 13-year-old. That's fucking heavy shit.
Facts. Facts. Once again, facts. Am I a pedo? No. Have I ever been a pedo? No. Am I on a sexual watch list? No. Do I wear an ankle bracelet? No. Have I ever been convicted? No. Have I even been charged? No. Because I'm not. In fact, what have I been doing? Oh, that's right. I was going around rescuing little kids out of cults. There's some irony for you, boys and girls. I'm out there busting my ass, saving little children, while these motherfuckers are sitting at home whacking their pud thinking I'm a goddamn pedo. How's that for a bunch of bullshit? How's that for a bunch of bullshit? Isn't that great? Isn't that fucking awesome? I'm literally out there saving little kids' lives, and they're sitting there calling me a fucking pedophile. Isn't that great? Isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome? That's fucking brilliant. That's fucking brilliant. But yeah, man. Let's just be clear. Let's be abundantly clear about this shit. Ain't nobody done me better than my daddy. And unfortunately, he went first, sadly. Because I can tell you right now, if my daddy was here, well, first of all, if daddy was here, Andrew had been spoiled rotten. There's no lie about that. Because dad would have seen she wanted for nothing. He just would have. He'd have made sure she wanted for nothing. And of course, dad would have took the single wide, and he would have put me and Andrea and the kids in this big double wide, in the big double wide over there. And he would have took his trailer. Okay, because that's how daddy was. That's how daddy was. Daddy was a good man. Daddy was a damn good man. Like I said, he got corrupted by that Masonic shit for a while there, but I think he snapped out of it there on last.
So basically his argument is what he's mad about is that what he was given for free in life wasn't good enough. His daddy would have done better.
Because I noticed he never talked about it much after a certain period of time. But yeah, man, if dad was here, I'd still be married. If dad was here, I'd still have my inheritance money. If dad was here, Larry wouldn't have no SSI money because dad sure as fuck wouldn't let him have it. And they wouldn't be doping up my dad either because my dad would refuse to take the pills. So they can't dope him up. If my dad was here, this whole scenario would be completely different. Completely different. Completely fucking different. Okay, let's get that shit straight. But I wanted to get on here and I just wanted to talk about the absolute narcissism of the Frosts, thinking they know more about my personal life than I do. But let's be clear, James Arnold Frost's fingerprints is all over this whole fucking timeline. From the time Mom gave birth to my happy ass, right on up until the time that she's ready to croak, Jim fucking Frost has had his fingerprints all over that timeline. And the gods are like, And now he's got to pay. And Mom's paying too. Mom's paying by losing everything and then losing her mind and shit. The gods are repaying for what's been done to me, what's been done to Andrea, and what's been done to them kids. Understand, folks, that when Jim Frost told my mother to call the sheriff out here to kick Andrea off the property, my kids was watching from my kitchen window. They saw everything. They saw everything, Marcia Frost, who told my kids to write on the wall, "I am hungry," and who told them to help them mess up the room so that they could take pictures with their flip phones and put it on the fucking internet. Yeah. Yeah. That's coming out too, Marcia.
Flip phones.
And Millie. That's coming out too. And when my kids testify that y'all manipulated that shit, you go bye-bye. You go bye-bye for a long, long time. Hopefully. Child abuse, elder abuse, criminal trespassing, manipulation, coercion.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I caught that. That's out there for everybody. He actually believes that, the decline of his mother's mental health is because all the wrong she's done him. Paying his rent, paying his child support, paying his way through life, looking after the kids. Yep.
It ain't nothing for a frost to lie. It's a drop of a hat and drop it themselves. I found that out the hard way. Found that shit out the hard way, folks. It's fucking crazy. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. It's 6:30 in the fucking morning. I'm gonna lay down for a while. I got shit to do. But yeah, if I don't hear back from the governor here in a few days, I'm going to the media. I'm going to fucking ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, Deutsche Welle, ITM World News, whoever the fuck will hear me. I'm gonna put this.
Maybe I'm incorrect, and somebody please correct me, because I'm a Canadian and I have no right meddling in American affairs. But isn't the governor of Kentucky now a Democrat? Because Mitch McConnell's still the senator, right, or whatever he is, Moscow Mitch there. But didn't a Democrat or something? I mean, Vaughn has his fingertips. I remember they won some seat there, major seat there. I'm pretty sure it was the governorship. And I was actually surprised Von Helton never made a video. See, this is a guy who claims to have his finger on the pulse of the news and being a political, I wouldn't use the word pundit, but anyways, it doesn't matter. He's a shit brain. But I was just surprised that I don't think he even realizes that. Vaughn. That's why they're not answering you, because you're writing letters to a communist Democrat that runs your state, or is governor of your state. Anyways.
It's all over the fucking major media. Bet you I get the governor's attention then. When I slap a multi-billion-dollar lawsuit on his fucking ass. I bet I get his attention then. 10 years manipulating a model citizen. Children that get straight A's. All being manipulated for years. And harassed for years. I bet you I get his attention when I slap a lawsuit on his fucking ass. They're like, what the fuck is this shit? Bet you I get his attention then, and I bet you the Frosts go to prison then. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Elder abuse alone, folks, is like 15 to life. If I understand correctly, I'd have to look it up. But I think it's a life sentence for elder abuse. Or at least, I know it's way up there if it isn't life. But manipulating children, endangering children's lives. Folks, every time CPS come out here and took these kids, those children's lives were put at risk. Especially here this last time because of COVID-19. Who does COVID-19 kill again? Oh, it kills little children and elderly people. Well, imagine that. Imagine that. And that's something. So yeah, when they come and scooped up the kids and took them out of here, they put them children at risk. That's a fact. It's not my opinion. That's a fact. Gee, Vaughn, is child endangerment against the law in the state of Kentucky? You bet your sweet fucking ass it is. You bet your sweet fucking ass it is. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here and went. Probably lay back down for a while. Give me a little more sleep. But I just the utter hypocrisy, the utter narcissism is just off the fucking charts, man. Just off the fucking charts. Crazy, crazy shit that has went on, perpetrated behind the scenes by the Frosts all this time. Elder abuse. You know, psychological shit is elder abuse too. It isn't just physical. If you're manipulating an elderly person to do things that they normally would not do, that is elder abuse. Period. It is elder abuse. No question. You know, but they're going to say, oh, wait, she's all right. We love it. They're not even blood to my mother. They're not even blood to my mother. But like I said, their butt hurt probably because Dad married her years and years ago. I had nothing to do with that. But they hold me responsible for it anyway, I reckon. Well, the gods I serve are going to hold them responsible by killing their fucking ass. If I don't sue them first, of course. Which hopefully I'll sue the fuck out of them because I need the money. I mean, let's be honest. I need the money. You know, Jim's already squandered all my fucking inheritance money, so I can't get none of that back. So I'm going to sue the fuck out of these fat son bitches and get my fucking money back, right? Yeah, absolutely. Billions. Billions with a B. I guarantee I'll get the governor's attention then. Huh? Yeah, absolutely. Guarantee I'll get the governor's attention then. You're like, holy shit, we're getting sued for billions? Gee, I wonder why. Oh, these people named the Frosts have been doing a bunch of shit. Yeah, they'll come after you to get their money back. Watch it happen. I bet you I get the governor's attention. I bet you I do. Anyway, it's going to do it for me. Y'all have a pleasant day, and better tomorrow. Bye.
And that's it, folks. That's Von Helton's last word. Wow. That is a classic. That is one to keep in the archives, folks. There's a lot of repetition. Actually, for a Von Helton video, though, I'll give him credit on that one. It's not as much repetition as the usual. I mean, there's a lot of stuff crammed in there. That's definitely, if you're an archiver, I would say that is one to keep. No, I haven't heard any word about the 30K directly. I don't know, folks. But next week, this is what I do know. next week we're going to have ourselves a Halloween / Happy Birthday Von Helton. We're going to have a little bit of fun with that. Don't let the Rona get you down. We're still going to have a party. We're all comfortably distanced. So we'll have some fun with that next week. I heard a rumor going around too that the Geek Room may be securing an interview with King Cobra. So that'll be interesting. Keep your eyes open, your ear to the ground for that. Folks, I want to thank you once again for joining me for yet another ride through the Weirdo Wonderland. Timed it out perfect. Just took the last sip of my Heineken. I've seen someone put out there that there is a non-alcoholic version of Heineken. Why the hell would I even want? I don't even want to know that. Why? But I think, saying goodbye is hard, folks, but we got to do it sometime. I think, what the hell, maybe I'll go over to Discord if anybody wants to come over for a little bit. I won't be on there for very long. If anybody wants to jump in and chew the fat, so to speak, we'll do that. The link is below, as well as the link to join Trolls, Haters, and Naysayers on MeWe, if you so desire. Thank you, folks. Thumbs up the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. Till next time, have a good day and a better tomorrow. Later.